Just got off the train right here, and I'm greeted by this ginormous building called Siam Paragon. Now, Siam Paragon is a part of modern Bangkok, and they have all kinds of buildings just like this, and really it's incredible. Like, look at the design and the detail in these buildings. Like, it looks incredible. It seriously looks like a sports arena. When I was on the metro train and I was coming here, I legitimately thought this was a basketball arena. It's that big. Look at the design on the plants, whatever this thing is. Like a fake tree or something. I don't know, it's crowded. It's a Sunday afternoon, so they got Chanel over there, Dior. They got all your name brands. It's so clean throughout this whole mall. This place looks incredible. I can't believe, like, they have just name brand after name brand everywhere you look. Here you can see Dior. They have a doorman, well, 3 doormen, Tiffany and Company. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know Bangkok was like that. I didn't know Bangkok was into all the name brands and the designers like they got here. And you can tell these stores, these aren't the knockoff stores. And I'll be honest, I've never seen this many designer name brand stores in one place. I'm absolutely blown away. Look at this, like, they have a department store. Let's stroll down here. This place is so big. But this place is also not in the main section. It looks like this is kind of a little side store, like all the other stores we've seen, but it just keeps going and going. I don't know how many floors is here. It looks like a basketball arena, so you can kind of decide how many floors you think is here. But I would say there's at least 4, maybe 5 floors. There could also be a basement. They have everything you need as far as skincare, body care, makeup, perfume. If you're a female and you're in Thailand, you gotta come check this place out. Found the H&M store down there. That's a brand that I'm familiar with in America. A lot of these brands I'm not familiar with. Now, that could be because it's primarily a Thai brand, maybe it's an Asian brand, or maybe it's a super high-end luxury brand. Your boy doesn't wear high-end luxury brands. I wear whatever shirt or clothes I find. I mean, I'm not picky about that. I don't pay $200 when I could pay $2. I do recognize some brands, obviously, but a lot of the brands that you see here, I'm not familiar with. And I'll be honest, I don't know how to get out of here. Hopefully we can get out and go back to the main part of the mall. There's a lot of these stores I've seen in Thailand, the DKNY. I don't know what that is. If you're familiar with that, put a comment down below. Let me know what that store is. There's Calvin Klein. You can see here they got the Hugo Boss. Now, funny thing was, I was at the Chatuchak market yesterday, and the guy I bought shirts from was selling Hugo Boss. And I bought 2 shirts for 500 baht, so $250 per shirt, which equates to like $6 per shirt, something like that. Not very much. But months ago, I was at a shopping mall in America, and I went into Hugo Boss store just because I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. I was just killing some time. And it was like $95 for a shirt. It was ridiculous how expensive it was. So people really like seeing you do that. I've been out to other stores. Whenever I pull the camera out, a lot of people want to get on camera. They want to say hello. And you know, as a new creator, like, that was one of the things I was worried about in coming to different places. Well, how are people going to react whenever I pull my camera out and I start talking, I start recording? But here in Thailand, people like it. People enjoy being on camera. They enjoy sharing stuff about their culture, about their traditions, about their stores, places, whatever it is. We're still walking down this same corridor, and this mall is really long. It says we've got the Wall of Wonders here, but the Wall of Wonders is looking pretty empty. They have a lot of jewelry stores, there's another one just right across the aisle. And you can see here where we are. We started, so there is a base. It actually looks like there's 2 floors below. So we came in right here on this floor. There's one below, then there's an elevator going below that. You can see they have little art pieces, I guess, and you sit on little stones. So this is where we started from. That's that shopping mall. They have watches and they have all type of stuff like this in the shiny case. Throughout the whole mall, I haven't seen watches until right here in this section over here, and that's all they sell over there is just watches. So one of the things that I don't particularly like about Siam Paragon so far is that the escalator is put like right in the middle of the mall. So I want to go this way to look, but I also want to go back that way and look. I can't do both, so it's really put me in a predicament. Let's go in here. It's really put you in a predicament because I'm going to get lost. Those are some interesting fashion wares. Lacoste is very popular here in Thailand. I don't know if that's a Thai brand or something like that. It very well might be, because I see a lot of people wearing it and I see a lot of people selling it. So maybe Lacoste is an Asian brand, I don't know. Here's some backpacks. I've been thinking about getting a new backpack because my backpack I have right now is more designed for like school, I guess, or something like that. I need one that I could put my laptop and my clothes in. Because right now I've got to carry a laptop bag and this bag. And whenever I fly, I've got to pay for an extra bag because I got to check this one in and carry on my laptop because I'm not checking in my laptop because they'll break it. So I need to get a backpack that can do both. See, this is a good size right here, 4,600. You can see that is 132 US dollars. We are going to put that back immediately. It's so interesting how you can go from a market to a shopping mall within like 2 or 3 streets, and the prices change so dramatically. Like you can see here, this Tommy shirt, it cost $46.90, which is very similar to what we just looked. I don't remember the exact numbers, but about $130. It's interesting because you can go to a mall like this, and within 10 minutes of walking, you can find a market on the street that sells the exact same or very similar type stuff. You can pay $130 for the shirt here, or you can go to a market and pay $10 US for the same Tommy shirt. Now, of course, it's not actually Tommy, but I mean, what does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? I mean, a shirt is a shirt. I didn't find the Jordans, but I did find the Under Armour here. And the reason I'm looking at this, 1,190. So it's about a little over $40-ish. I know roughly 1,000 baht is $35-ish. That's roughly the estimate I got when I exchanged my money here. Of course, that changes every day. But about 1,200 baht for that hat. Now, the reason I looked at that, because that's pretty much what I'm wearing right now. But the difference is I got this hat from a market and I paid only 200 baht for it. And the quality on the hat felt pretty much identical, because this hat here feels pretty good. That hat felt pretty good. So we're looking at a $30 or so difference in price for pretty much the same item. See, they've got a lot of men's clothes here. Let's check the price on this. 27th of November. That's Friday, 27 November. That's an interesting name. Can't get a price on it. Why someone named their brand that, I don't know, but good for them. There's more of that Lacoste. Pretty much every place you go, you will find Lacoste here in Thailand. I don't know what the reason for that is. I guess people just like 3,390. We're looking at over $100 US for that shirt. But I assume generally when I see people on the street wearing Lacoste, they're not actually wearing Lacoste, they're wearing Lacoste. We've barely scratched the surface of how high this mall goes. And I feel like we've been in here for like an hour. Look at this, they have guitars, musical instruments, ukulele right there. Look at this, look at these designs, that's hand painted right there. 80,000, this guitar here costs 80,000 baht. The Taylor, yeah, that's all I know, it's just a Taylor. I don't know anything about music. It costs 80,000 baht, which is a whole heck of a lot of money. If you're a musician, tell us why it costs that much. It's like they wanted to get me in their restaurant. That's a very common thing here in Thailand, especially in this mall. I've noticed the waitresses or host staff, they stand outside the restaurant and they try to call you in. That's a very common thing in Thailand when the host staff stand outside the restaurant, try to call you in. They do that pretty much everywhere. So another thing is they have the menu sitting outside the restaurant. So you can see everything that's on the menu before you go inside and sit down. I've never seen a restaurant in America do that, but honestly, it makes sense. I have no idea where we are. We're on the 5th floor now. I think this is a movie theater. I don't quite know exactly what it is. Okay, it says up here, Exhibition and Convention Center. I guess they decided to put the Thailand Convention Center inside of Siam Paragon. The Honor Magic 5 Pro. Interesting is I've never seen an Apple store here in Thailand. I've seen Samsung, I see a lot of other brands, but I've never seen Apple. It's real, I'll take that back. Apple is right over there. So this is the first time I've ever seen an Apple store. They have all kinds of televisions here. Look at this quality. Look at that. That's crazy how detailed televisions are. That's like 8K, 12K, I don't know. There are all the Apple products, computers, phones, everything you want. And they have so many different brands here. Like, they have brands you've never heard of. This is the computer I have right there. I got shocked by the computer, so I probably shouldn't have touched it. They got washing machines, they got ovens, refrigerators. When they say this is the electronics hub, they literally mean it's the electronics hub. They got so much cool stuff in here. I think that covers just about everything on the main floors. Obviously I didn't get to everything, but I want to go downstairs. That's the only thing that we haven't been to, is the basement. When we first came here, there was 2 floors below us. So let's go down to the first floor, and then below that, and then we'll go below that. On my way down to the first floor, and I've seen something I've never seen in the mall before. They have a Bentley store in the mall, literally sitting in the mall. And this isn't even on the first floor, this is on like the 3rd floor. They literally have a Bentley store in the mall. I don't know how I missed it. If you don't want a Bentley, you can come one over, and they have actual Range Rovers in the mall. Like, these are super expensive cars. Like, these aren't just like, you know, your Toyota Prius or something like that. Like, these are hundreds of thousands of dollars cars, and they're sitting in this mall. I had to keep walking down this way to see if we missed anything else, because that has blown me away. It looks like it's back to basic stores. I don't know how we missed that the first time around. We'll go back to the escalator and see if we missed anything. When we came up on this floor, we came up right here and went that way. So we're gonna go catch the escalator on this side. That explains how we missed it the first time. That there looks like somebody's apartment. It's got a couch, what? They got, bruh. They literally have Aston Martins in the mall. Okay, what? Of course, they had to. I don't even know what to say. Like, I want to have something to say. I don't have words. We're gonna go down to the lower level, but honestly, I have no idea how anything down there is gonna beat seeing like 10 high-end luxury cars, like $250,000 just sitting on the 2nd floor. But hey, the bottom floor just looks like a food court. But I'll admit, there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of stuff. So, it looks pretty good. It's by far the nicest food court I've ever been in. I mean, a food court's a food court, but they have a lot of different selections and different choices. We'll go check out whatever Sea Life is whenever we look at this. This is probably just gonna be food. They have to have a Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I wanna go downstairs to see what Sea Life is. I guess it's just a nautical themed floor, I don't know. Maybe something for kids, but. I really have no idea what this is. Kind of looks like an aquarium, but I mean, we're in a shopping mall, so there won't be an aquarium in a shopping mall. I really have no idea what this is. Bro, this is actually an aquarium. They actually have an aquarium in the basement of this mall. When I literally thought that I couldn't be any more impressed with them having all the supercars, the sports cars, whatever, they have an aquarium with live animals in the basement of this mall. Oh, that is wild. That is without a doubt the wildest thing I think I've probably ever seen. Just think about how wild that is. Like, you have a shopping mall. Like, imagine the shopping mall in your city, wherever you're from. Now put an aquarium in it with live animals, everything like that. Bro, most cities alone don't have an aquarium. This mall has sports cars, an aquarium, 5 floors, a convention center. This is without a doubt the best mall I've ever been to. Now, I heard from someone down here that there's another place just a couple streets away called Terminal 21. And I've been told it has an interesting theme to it. So we're gonna finish here at Siam Paragon, and I'm gonna head over to Terminal 21. I'm gonna head out of Siam Paragon. I'm gonna walk over to Terminal 21. I wanna see how it compares to this, because this is literally like the best store I've ever been to in my life. I've never seen a mall like this. I've never seen a mall even remotely close to something like this. It's genuinely just, I don't even have words. But I'm gonna head over to Terminal 21. Just arrived here at Terminal 21. Took a taxi ride, and the traffic here is so bad. They always have these little checkpoint scanner things in like all the malls and in all like big buildings. No one's ever on them. Like, I don't understand what the point of them is. Like, literally, no one is ever there. No one ever does anything. They always go off. For example, they have those things in the train station. They will always beep. Like, if someone goes through, it'll beep. You know, the system will alert you, oh, do this, do that. The people there will literally not do anything. So I don't understand the point of them, to be honest with you. Now, this mall is a little bit smaller than the last one, but I was told this mall has a unique twist to it. I've heard it has a worldwide theme, where every floor has like a different country's theme to it. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what I've been told. This time we're going to start in the basement and we'll work our way up. You can see there, it does say ground floor Rome. So, and it looks like at the bottom of this mall is a grocery store and a food market and a pharmacy. Is it common to have grocery stores in malls? Like, I feel like outside of the US, this is a very common thing. In America, people don't do that. There's no grocery stores inside of a mall. So if you're from a different country, leave me a comment down below and let me know, is it like that where you're from? Or is that just a Thai thing? Looks like down here in the basement, they have a pop-up shop. One of the cool things about Thailand is how they'll have little pop-up shops in different places, in the mall, on the street, wherever. Those almost certainly aren't real Adidas. Didn't look like it, didn't feel like it. The logo didn't look right. No. That's one of my concerns of buying stuff in a mall like this, because I don't really know what's actually brand authentic and what isn't, unfortunately. It looks like the lower level is just a parking garage, laundry, nothing of any importance. I'm a little thirsty. I have a water in my bag, but that's just not really doing it for me. I could go for like a pomegranate juice or something like that, but they'll have to take credit card because I don't have any baht. Well, I have 40 baht, but that's all I have for like the rest of the day, so. Do you take credit cards? Okay, thank you. The only person that sold juice doesn't take credit cards. Let's go ahead and head back up to the first floor. There's not a lot going on down here. It's just food, stuff like that. It says arrival at Rome, but oh yeah, you got some Roman designs over here. I was gonna say you don't see a lot of, well, I guess you can see a little bit. A couple of things here or there that's a little Roman. There's another Lacoste store. There's a couple of Roman things here. I didn't really get the vibe that this is necessarily a Roman themed part of the mall. I mean, you kind of have to be looking for it, I guess. You can kind of see a Colosseum themed pillar, but they all should, well, I guess they are all like that. It's just this one here that's not. But see, like, as far as the stores, like, a lot of the stores are just popular stores like Guess. There's another RVCA. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments. I see this a lot of places in Asia. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's so popular. Back there is just the door. So this mall is much smaller than the last one. There's less floors and there's less space on each floor. Arrival at Paris. Let's see if this gives a Paris vibe. Okay, this goes up to level 3. Let's go check out some of the stuff. That's actually a pretty cheap price, $1.99 for a shirt. I mean, it's just a standard t-shirt. I have no idea what AIIZ is. But that's like $6 US. That's similar to what I paid the other day in the market. I ended up paying $2.50 for graphic t-shirts. But the thing is, quality of the shirt I got at the market was actually better than the quality of that shirt. But it looks like this store has some bargains. It looks like the first actually affordable store that we've come across. Well, I take that back. Blank polo, 790. So floor 3 is supposed to be Istanbul. I don't really know what Istanbul theme is going to be, but I'll admit, I didn't see a lot of Paris and style themes on this floor. I guess they kind of had unrealistic expectations. They're thinking it's going to be this international, haven of culture and whatever. But no, it's not really been that way. This doesn't look like Istanbul. This looks like a Japan theme. And for the first time in the whole mall, this actually looks authentic and actually looks like Japanese stuff. They got the signs, they got the design, they got the flowers, they got the sumo people. They even have this thing, whatever this thing is. If you know what that is, let me know in the comment section. This floor here really gives off that Japanese vibe. So the rest of the mall should look like this. They even have little art pieces up on the top. They all have Japanese theme. It's organized into streets. It says 7th Street. Out of all the little side streets, the one I chose to go down was the female street that had all the female clothes and bras and stuff like that. So I decided not to record down that street. But yeah, we'll show you here on 2nd Street. And it's kind of like the first mall where you have the walking corridor and then you have these little small sections. Everything on the floor isn't Japanese inspired because you can't have a whole floor in a mall dedicated just to one culture, especially if you're not from that particular place. Like, we're in Thailand, we're not in Japan, so you can't have a whole floor just for Japan. But let's go up and see what is on the next floor. I have no idea what's next. Maybe the first 2 floors we were on were just getting you prepared for this. I don't know. It says 2nd floor London. I've never been to London. I don't know what London's like, besides expensive. This floor looks kind of bland. It just looks like a nice modern mall. Like the other mall, they do have Sports World. Let's go see. If you want Converse, they are 5% off. $2,800. Seems a little high for Converse. It's the guy that lost to Andy Ruiz. Yeah, they got a lot of different stuff in here. With the name brand stores that I know, that I recognize, they're pretty much the same as they are in America. So like Under Armour, like when I was in here, it looks just like an Under Armour store would look in America. It has this the same cutouts, the same posters. Sometimes the prices here on some things are higher than the prices in America. Like for example, on those shoes, it cost like $2,800. Let me pull out my calculator. That comes out to $80. That's more than Converse would cost in America. You could get Converse for like 50 bucks. Where I come from, I mean, they got, every store would sell them for you for 50 bucks. So I definitely think that some things here are priced higher than they would be in America. It has a nice little vibe to it, I'll admit. When I first got on here, like over here, it just looks very mallish. But over here, it has a lot of flair. Over here, it has the traditional culture and Londonism I was hoping to find on this floor. So hopefully we get a nice Turkish vibe here. I'm a little more familiar with what a Turkish vibe is than what a London vibe is. It does a pretty good job so far. You kind of got I like how they do this because whenever stores aren't here, they put up some type of tapestry, like it's just plastic. But like they put up a tapestry that has a design that matches the floor. Like for example, if you go back to the Japan part, on the in the hallway where there were no stores, they had a Japanese one. Here you can see kind of it has Arabic, it has the different styles you would see on like a mosque or something like that. This mall is pretty cool. It really is. Like when I first came here, it was kind of lame, like on the first couple floors. It just looked like a mall. But like as you start to come up, it really does have a lot of culture and everything. There's a lot of unique designs that separates this mall from pretty much any other mall I've seen. I'm not saying it's better than Siam Paragon. I mean, obviously that mall has sports cars and aquariums in it, so. But I gotta give this mall credit. It looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of cool little designs and it has a unique calling card. All right, we're on level 4, San Francisco, which is the only city I've ever been to. But let's see, this looks like it's just food, which is a little surprising because San Francisco they do have a unique culture, I'll give them that. Here you have one of the rail cars from, I can't think of that street, but that real windy street. But yeah, them rail cars, they are everywhere in San Francisco. It looks like this is just food right here. Maybe if I could find somebody with some juice or a drink or something, I might buy it, but they have to have a credit card machine. The only juice that's available that has a credit card machine is right there, and it's durian juice. I had durian for the first time last week. If you haven't watched that video, it's right here. You can go watch it when you're done with this one. And I did not like durian at all. Oh, bro, it was one of the worst things I think I've ever had in my life. But floor 5 looks like much of the same. It looks like food pretty much all the way around. Let's walk across this right here. Looks like they got some pizza. Let's see if he takes credit cards. Hello, do you take credit cards? Do you take credit cards?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just get the strawberry blossom iced tea.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a decent size. This is my first time having tea in like 5 years. So let's try it. It's pretty good. It has a lot of strawberry flavor to it, but I think it's more strawberry flavoring than it is like strawberry flavor, if that makes sense. I feel like they're using some type of artificial strawberry. That covers just about everything in Terminal 21. It's a nice little shopping mall. I gotta admit, when I first came in here on the first couple floors, it looked kind of disappointing, but it really shaped up nicely. The mall looks pretty good. It has a nice little design to it, and it has something that separates it from the rest. Whenever you go to a shopping mall, a lot of them are just very bland, very simple, but they put a lot of effort. Like, look at that. You're not gonna see this in other shopping malls. I don't think it comes close to Siam Paragon, but I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty good, it's really big. The street design and everything, like that's all really cool. Siam Paragon gets, without a doubt, 10 out of 10. Best mall I've ever seen. I have one more place I'm gonna go check out. It's called the MBK Center. It's over by where I'm staying, and it's really, really big. Honestly, I think it's bigger than Siam Paragon. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like it from the outside. I'm getting ready to call a taxi. See you when we get there. Someone's singing up here. That's actually a really common thing in Thailand. Just in my time here in Bangkok, like in these popular places, people will come and sing. That girl was only like 7 years old. She couldn't be no older than maybe 9 or 10, so she was really young. One thing I've noticed about when people come and sing here, whenever they do live music in Thailand, they always sing in English. I don't know why that is. I've seen 3 people sing, 2 at markets and this one here, and they've all sung English. This mall feels a lot more condensed versus the others. Like the Siam Paragon and the Terminal 21 feel much more spaced out, especially the Siam Paragon. This one here seems a little just scrunched together almost. It's also like the ceiling is a little bit low in comparison to other malls, kind of what you'd expect. But it's also a Sunday, so I got to keep in mind there's probably more people in here than would normally be during the week or something like that. It gives a similar vibe to the Chatuchak market I was at the other day. They have a building very similar to this actually right next to the market. I didn't go there in my market video, but they have a lot of things very similar to this. And just comparing this to the further two malls I've been to today, oh, look at that. That's ginormous. I didn't know there was this many floors. I mean, it looks like a basketball arena, so I shouldn't be surprised. But there's what? Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice this. Let's go see what this is. It's got some good shorts. I actually needed some shorts. I just told myself earlier today that I needed to buy some shorts because I've got like 2 pairs of shorts, but I have to wash them all the time. And fortunately, as I say that, I noticed an exchange bank. What I was going to say, I'm out of baht. I went to the Chatuchak market yesterday. I completely ran out of baht, so I need to get some more. So let me see if I can get some right here. Apparently, you have to have a passport whenever you do currency exchange here in Thailand. Now, they did ask me for my passport when I exchanged currency the first time, but that was at the airport, so I kind of thought that was just how it was. I didn't even think to bring my passport at all, so I'm stuck with like 60 baht, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to find anything. Well, I'll go back over here to this discount rack and see if I can find something for maybe 60 baht, but I can't guarantee it's going to be anything good. But cheapest to go down to is 150. They have some 100 baht pieces, but it's pretty much all women's clothes, so that really sucks, man, because they had some really cool shorts there. They had designs, name brand. Now, probably not like actual name brand, you know. It's one thing that does set this mall apart from the other two we've seen is this one is really long. Like, it's much longer, I feel like, than the others. Now, it might not be in actuality, but it certainly feels longer than Terminal 21. And like, you can just look like all the way down there. You probably can't see it in the video, but it's a long way down there. August 1st through 14th, they have Candyland at the MBK Center. They have a lot of different candy here. It's very similar to how it is at the market, where it's packed up in these pouches and it's usually air sealed, so it is going to be fresh. Let me see if I can get maybe a juice or something when I'm in here. That's probably the only thing I'm going to be able to afford for 40 baht. No, those cost 50. Thought I had 60, but I only have 40, so it makes it a little tougher. One of the things I really do like about all these markets and how Thailand does everything is everything's so flexible. Like, you see right there how they have like all the different pop-up shops. You can see clothes just come in, you know, different items, whatever. Like, for example, like back there, they have clothes, they have candy. It's only here for 2 weeks, but it's so refreshing to see stuff that's different. Because like in America, whenever you go to a mall, you see the same crap all the time. It's the same stores, it's the same things. There's never anything exciting, there's never anything new or fresh. It's always stuff that's so just bland, you know what you're gonna see. And frankly, like it kills your motivation in a lot of ways to go. They even have a grocery store in the mall. I can almost guarantee they never have this in America. But yeah, this is really impressive, seeing they have a grocery store and everything in the mall. So you can come here and get everything you need. They got clothes, they got a grocery store. I mean, you can pretty much come up here to the MBK and get everything you want. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. It's pretty much just food and clothes and pop-up shops down here. So let's go see what we can find upstairs. That's the third one of these I've seen in the mall so far. It's got like the red background and they have gold chains hanging on the backdrop. Maybe that's just the style here in Thailand when it comes to selling jewelry. I don't know, but whenever I was in Chiang Mai, I seen those all over the street. I seen like probably 4 or 5 of those standalone shops just in the city. And you can't see it, but over there was another one. So we're gonna pass it on the way back, but they're literally everywhere. And they might be completely different stores. I have a feeling they are, because why would you have, 3, 4 of the same store in the same mall? The mall breaks off into these little, almost like cubicles almost, because it goes in like an oval shape, but there's like these little stores on the side. Like right here, you can see this is the walking path and it's gonna go back down and around. But they have this little section over here. Let's see what they have in the Super Sports Factory store, MBK in Thailand. I'm curious how the price of shoes compares to the price of shoes in America. So I generally know what to expect for shoes, well, kind of. What to expect for shoes in America. So I want to see if they're cheaper. Only 11.45 Thai baht. That's like $30, a little more than $30 USD. They are feeless and they aren't really sneakers, but here's a pair of my size right here. Not bad. Actually feels pretty good. It's got the Adidas logo on it. The base actually feels really good. It feels really sturdy, really strong. 3150 baht. Let me pull up the calculation, see how much that is. So that's 90 US dollars. I actually tend to think for a pair of shoes like that, that's probably a little bit more than what you would pay in the US. I don't really know. They definitely have a lot of unique designs here, ones that you wouldn't see in traditional stores in America. One of my concerns with buying shoes in a store like that is I have a few doubts about the legitimacy that it's literally Adidas, because the logo on the side, I'll admit, it didn't look exactly like I would expect an Adidas logo to look. And that's definitely a concern. Like whenever I go to the market and everything, obviously I expect Adidas isn't really Adidas, things like that. But I don't know whenever you come to the shop like this, you know, when you go to the mall, places that are a little more professional, are they gonna have the authentic version of stuff, or is it still gonna be a knockoff? But I have to imagine that like stuff like shoes and perfume and stuff like that probably doesn't perform very well in, all right, where are we going to? It shows you the wide open space of the little side room where the stores that aren't in the main section are. And this is a pretty big space, really. But like I was saying, I just doubt that shoe stores, perfume stores, I doubt that they're able to sell a ton of products just because of the competition in the markets, because that's one thing that I would expect people to go and buy, you know, knockoff brands, because like at the end of the day, why would you pay $90 for Adidas when you could go get Adidas in the market for like 15? What I could use is a new cell phone case. My cell phone case that I have is coming apart right here. It's disconnected, and I store stuff inside my cell phone case, like not in my look, but actually inside my case. I keep like some papers and stuff, case of emergencies and stuff like that. But my hesitancy with buying a new case is I have to get one of these things. I don't know what you call them, but you stick them on the phone and you put your cards and money and stuff in it. So that way I don't have to carry a wallet. Because whenever I used to carry a wallet, I would always lose it. Everywhere I go, I would lose my wallet, but I would never lose my cell phone. Do you have these little things? Do you know anybody in here that does? Right next door? Thank you. Hello. Do you have these things? They stick on the back. Like they have like something you peel and like you stick it on. So like, yeah, it has like an adhesive. You peel and then you stick it and you put like your cards in it.
I have something like this with glue, like this one.
Yeah, it's similar to that, but it has like adhesive on the back. So like you peel it off and then you push it on and it'll stick. I need something to hold my cards because I need a new phone case. No, I don't think that's what. No.
This one you can still put the car on the back side.
How much is this?
This is 250.
No, that's a little more than I have right now. So you take it and
you take it out this one
and you peel it up. Okay, then yeah, that would be what. Okay, so I see it's a magnet here. Okay, I thought it just folded like down. I'm like the cards would just fall out, but yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty good quality, really. I don't have 250 baht, I'll be honest, but
I'll give you 200 if you want.
I don't have 200 baht. I thought when I came here, I could exchange the money downstairs, but you have to have a passport. I may be back sometime later this week or something before I leave, because I really do need to get one, but thank you. Thank you. They're very nice, and that's exactly what I thought would happen. It's gonna be out of my price range to buy right now. I mean, I've got 40 baht. I mean, I'd be lucky if I could buy a juice for that price in the mall, so. But everybody on this floor is really friendly. They really want to talk to you. They really want to be on camera and everything. So right here in particular, there's a lot of different people on this floor, like ethnic-wise. As far as like Thailand as a whole, when you go to big spots like markets, malls, things like that, you find a very diverse group of people. When I went to the market the other day, I saw a ton of French people, you know, speaking French. When I was in Chiang Mai, I seen a ton of Dutch people. And that was very surprising to me. Like I didn't know I was going to see such diversity here. They definitely have literally everything you could possibly want. Oh, that's going down. Everything you could possibly want for cell phones, cell phone cases, computers, computer cases, anything you need electronics-wise. This floor just looked like home decor stuff, beds, tables, stuff like that. So last time I went to a store like that in the mall, I got banned for life. So let's not go back and do that again. Now, one thing, as we go higher I noticed there's a lot more, oh, is that like an arcade something? It looks like an arcade. You can see like the back of machines up there. We'll go up there in a minute though. Like I've really noticed the higher you go up, the less stores there are. There's space for more stores, but they're not open. But what I really think happened is when they built this mall, I think they built it with the idea in mind, let's create as much space as possible. Because I said earlier, on the lower floors, the ceiling is so low, it feels like you're cramped a little bit. I mean, you're not cramped, it's big enough you don't feel claustrophobic. But the ceilings are lower than they should be in a mall. I think when they built this, they just had the idea, let's make as many floors for as many stores as possible. But now that they've actually got it here, I think it's like, okay, they have so many stores. When you come to the mall, you can also go to the learning hub. I have no idea what this part of the mall has to do with learning. This just looks like food. It says Thai milk, and there's absolutely nothing to do with learning back in that section. So there is what looks like a small little arcade here. This isn't where I thought the other one was, but I am going to go shoot some basketballs because I haven't played basketball in weeks. I only got 222. Y'all in the Thai basketball league, hit me up, I'm ready. That was a nice little break from the mall, and it's nice to see stuff like that spread throughout. They have a mall in my hometown, and I've believed for a long time what they really need to make it better and attract more people is to put a gaming arcade in it. Just something to really get people to come in, make them excited. There's one floor left, and it's this up here. It looks like it says, yeah, it says Game Center right there, which kind of sucks because I only have 20 baht. The last 20 baht I have today going in the machine. Maybe. Right here. You throw it, you hit it. It actually costs 2 tokens per, so I only get 1 game. I didn't figure out my strategy till it was too late. You gotta just gently toss it. I tried to baseball throw it. You gotta gently toss it. Floor 8 was just a movie theater. Nothing to see up there, so I'm headed out now of the MBK Center. It was really big. I have to admit, in terms of size, I mean, you can see again. I mean, it's huge. It looks absolutely like a basketball stadium, but everything down here does. Like, it's so impressive how developed Thailand is in this sense. And one of the most impressive things is that it's all clean. Everything here is clean. Like even the streets, like look at the street. Like there's nothing, no trash, whatever, all that crap. There's none of that. And that's so impressive. It's such a big city with so many people. They really take care of it. But you can see there, it looks like they got a art museum or something. The best one was without a doubt Siam Paragon. The amount of stores that it has, the luxury name brand stores, like I've never even seen half of those stores before. The sheer amount of things it has to offer. And it has an aquarium in the basement, so if there was any question, any doubt, that absolutely seals it. Siam Paragon's the best shop they have here. It's incredible. And then behind that, I would put Terminal 21. I like the design, I like the layout. I thought it looked good, it looked cool. I felt like it was a little small compared to the other two, but I would still put it above MBK Center. Out of all the three, it was definitely, in my opinion, the worst one out of the three, but it was still nice to see all the shops and everything put together, and it's just so impressive to see, you know, all the different stuff and how well they take care of everything that they have here. You know, all the shopping centers, all the new city, because it really is new Bangkok. Like it's brand new, state of the art, and it's incredible. I can't speak highly enough about it, and I hope I've shown you a little bit about how nice this place really is. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. If you liked it and you want to see more content, you know what to do.